Hey, this is JM2 with USA Crypto Group. All right, this is JM2 with USA Crypto Group, and today we're going to be going over the project Wizardz. This is a multi-planetary, multiverse deflationary token that offers investors the option of making and having contracts built using the Wizard ecosystem, which is the planets. They can interact with each other and the users for projects. All right, so who are we speaking with? And can you tell us how the team came together and what made you decide to do this project?
Yeah, man, I got you. How's everyone doing? My name is Kelvin. I'm the creator of Wizardz, BSC, and the Universe Wizania. I got into DeFi crypto around 2019, and I got into standard crypto around 2015. I've been obsessed with it ever since. It's like a game and a lifestyle to me because it's like what I've been doing. Basically, I started working a 9-to-5 job like 3 years ago and started taking this serious full time, and it's fun to me. I have tons of excitements with it. Even the losses that I took because I learned from those fucking rug pulls. Fucking scammers. But anyways, all this made it exciting. I enjoy teaching people about BSC as well because I mentor people over here where I'm from, and I have a private Telegram group where I mentor people as well about BSC and how to use its tools and how to trade into and what to watch out for as well. And I do phone calls with it and meet people up in real life as well. I'm from Miami, Florida, which is part of the United States for people here that don't know where that's at. And I'm glad to be here, and your community here pumps me up. It was fun talking to you guys earlier.
Yeah,
Hello?
definitely. So you did talk about your developer too. Is he also in Florida with you, or how'd you meet up with him in the crypto sphere?
My developer, Cam, he lives in Nevada. He's actually from Las Vegas. And right now he's actually doing the airdrops, and he's helping people claim their pre-sale tokens because some people didn't know how to claim their tokens. So he's helping them figure that out. And he's also doing the airdrops for the competition winners as well. He's my only partner in this.
Yeah, congrats on the launch too. That's awesome. So
Hey,
let's talk a little bit about your project. So I know I gave a brief synopsis, but I kind of want to hear your take on the ecosystem since you're the project lead. Why don't you break it down a little bit more for us?
All right, cool. Yeah, man, no problem. So there's some problems that we're trying to aim into fixing into BSC. And the vision and mission for Wizardz is to create like a scam-free blockchain and to bring more investors back into sidechains in a more safer and funner way. So we're basically planning to bring a one-stop resource venture for all crypto needs, especially through sidechains that the community will love, but will also be very resourceful for a crypto wizard. And crypto wizards is what we call people who has the knowledge in crypto. So if anybody here trades and they trade crypto and stuff like that, you're basically considered a crypto wizard. Just the same way Best Buy have their geek squad.
Okay, I like that. That's a really good breakdown. So talking about that, I did want to go into one of your first, what I consider your utilities is going to be your Wiz of Wand, the WoW Dex. So that basically breaks down charts and offers multiple currencies that you can trade. The thing I thought was really cool about it was you're going to be analyzing all of the currencies that you guys provide on your platform for malicious codes and fraud developers and coins. So can you tell us how you're going to be doing that, and what's your idea for implementing that procedure?
Okay, so yeah, our developer Cam, he's working with somebody else on that. They're already creating the mockups for it. The plan of that is because we want to make it a little bit faster than Dextos 2 and then like faster updates. And something that we want to do with that, we usually, if you go on Dex Tools and stuff like that, when somebody launches a contract, it doesn't tell you right away if it's unlocked or locked. You actually got to click BSC scan and click it. Well, we're setting up a tool that could tell you once the contract is unlocked or it's locked, or if this is like the first time the wallet address that's connected to this ever launched a project, or it tells you about past projects that this address launched specifically, so you can look into the past projects this address has been associated with to see if they did any fraudulent moves as well, to make you want to consider into buying into this project or not buying into this project as well.
Yeah, I think that's a fantastic idea. Kind of like what you mentioned earlier. We've all been through the crypto university where we either got rugged or honeypotted. So this is, I think, a step in the right direction for informing members and giving them that opportunity to prevent being scammed by somebody.
Yeah, man, 100%. It's definitely a step towards fixing BSC up.
Okay, so another thing I was looking at on your page was the sorcery room. So it's essentially using your native tokens to create a contract source code. So from what I understand is if you use your native token, you can pay into your system, and you guys, your developer, will basically make a custom code for us, or we can make one ourselves if we decide to try and make one
Well,
off the templates
it's
that you
like this.
provide, right?
Yeah, so we will have a section where people can make the contracts and they can deploy it themselves in the BSC space. But if they decide to scam, they will get doxxed and the contract will get locked and the user's funds will be refunded back to the ones who bought that scam token from our contract deployment section. So it's basically like a safer mechanism for people to deploy safe contracts for other people to invest in.
I mean to cut in, but I like that.
Yeah, no, that sounds really sexy. So with that, with your guys, your sorcery room, the concept's great. So my only thing with that is what are you guys going to do for auditing to prove that these are legit codes? So like everything you're saying sounds amazing, but what's your initial, I guess, leg in the door to show all the investors that you guys are serious?
For the auditing, I know a few people that are connected with the auditing companies. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna get a contract going soon. Once we get that utility implemented, where they'll be the one doing the auditing, and then they'll post the audit report publicly so people can see it. So when the tokens go through it, they'll be able to see the audit that was done on this token.
Perfect. Yeah, no, it's always good to just kind of know and see what you're doing. So what company are you guys thinking of going through since you have multiple agencies, or are you going to try and do like 2 or 3 different audits?
Desert. The same people that did our audit, Desert.
Okay, so Desert Finance. Okay, perfect.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go to the next portion, which is the magic spells. So that's your internal project updates. So how are you guys going to make that different? Do you have a DApp platform that talks about that, or is it going to be like a weekly AMA that's live?
It's just going to be a section in the website that you click, and it's going to tell you what's going on in the BSC space, what's going on with Wizards, what Wizards has been doing, what's going on in this BSC space, what this crypto influencer has been talking about. What project is hot right now? What project recently rugged or scammed? It's just like a newsroom for everything BSC.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I wasn't sure if that was like an internal kind of AMA with yourself. So it makes it sound like you have a news channel that just has to deal with crypto and kind of give market trend analysis to say, hey, it's looking kind of bearish, so you guys might want to hold on to your tethered coins or something like that. Essentially, correct?
Yeah, it won't be an AMA where me personally speaking, but it'll be stuff similar to that, yes, on there.
Perfect. Yeah, I like that. So what other things are you planning on putting on there besides the market trends? Do you think you're going to have anything with your project, maybe partnerships, or what are you planning on doing?
So what we're looking to creating, because what we're really working on, the point of Wizards is going to be a currency for the metaverse that we're making called Wizania. Wizania is going to be like different planets. So you know how on Mana and Decentraland and stuff like that, people can buy plots of land. What we're going to do, we're going to sell planets, and these planets is connected to the Binance blockchain into our metaverse. So when people can buy the planets, they can create what they want on the planet, do whatever they want on the planet. They can sell it, lock it. Inside Universe Wizania is the main capital, which is Planet Wizania itself. So the people that own NFT, they'll have a plot of land in Wizania. And in that plot of land, you're able to invite your friends if they hold Wizards token. All they need to do is hold $1 Wizards, and they'll be able to connect their wallet and have access to that metaverse. And this is just like a in-game metaverse where you socialize, you do little missions on different parts of the universe. You can meet other wizards. You could use the Wizards currency to buy stuff in there, to go to another plot. So it's all just socialization with Wizards through Binance blockchain.
Yeah, I did have a question because I really like the idea of the ecosystem. So for my take of it, it's kind of like having a launch pad, but not, because you're bypassing it. So if you have, let's say, a planet, it's kind of like Chinatown. You just go there and you bargain with people and you say, hey, man, I like your product, or I like this. But from what you're saying, it kind of sounds like you're going to have doxed and fully vetted communities. So it's like a safe ecosystem to play in. Obviously, there's still going to be some nefarious characters no matter what, because people are people, they do that. But for the most part, it sounds like a pretty safe Chinatown to go in and get the best of every single aspect of crypto and different planetary systems, correct?
Yeah, because that's if say if somebody buy the planet, they can lock it and you won't have access to their planet. Like you won't even be able to go on it because they don't want people to have access to it. But if it's a public planet where they buy it part of the Wizania and they have it unlocked, then you'll be able to access it. and see what they have going on there.
Yeah, I could see a lot of really cool things coming from that just because everybody has a different idea of what they like. It's like having different cities with different cultures and things like that. So that's a really cool idea.
Yeah, and what inspired me for that, I don't know if you ever used the Oculus, but when I go to Oculus, I go like to Horizons World, and it's just crazy how like you can, when you're in like Horizons World, you see one part of your metaverse to your left, another part to the metaverse to your right, and whichever one you go to brings you a portal to another part of the metaverse that you're not expecting to go to because it's different from the separate section, but it's all in one platform, which is Horizon. So it's like that like inspired me to make it into like planets, you know?
Definitely. Like I said, it's kind of cool because it's kind of like a launch pad, but it's different because you're not really bound by the extra garbage in between. It's just people
Right.
doing open free trade. So with the planets, how's that going to work? Is it a one and done purchase, or are you guys going to do like a monthly rental fee where people come and go,
So look,
or what's the plan?
we're gonna release the planets. They're gonna buy it as an NFT. So we're gonna have the NFTs where it's the characters of Wizania, which is the wizards, and then we're gonna have the NFTs, which is gonna be the planets. So the planets is what you get when you buy the NFT. So then eventually people end up reselling it just so they can have more features on their planet. So somebody could sell it, like say if they customize the planet, they add a couple NFTs and stuff to it, they can sell it with whatever's on the planet, or they can take all their stuff out and sell it originally how it was before.
Yeah, no, I like that. So you're able to customize, make facilities, do whatever you want, and then see what it is, kind of like an open market if you're building a house and you're making upgrades to it, correct?
Yeah, like that.
Okay, perfect. And then for the NFT, since we're kind of talking about that, it did say there was only 10K available. So I think it's important to have like a max number of them. So that way you have kind of a controlled market that appreciates in value as you buy more, trade, and do other things.
Yeah,
So,
because say instead of somebody want to buy a plot of land and Wizardz with Wizards, all they have to do is find somebody that wants to sell their NFT, their character. So when they buy the character, that's basically the citizenship of you being from Wizania. You're a wizard from Wizania, so you have your plot of land here because this is where you're from, Wizania. So they would rather do that because now they have the character they could use inside. It's like a flex, like, oh, this guy is definitely a wizard because he has the wizard NFT, so he definitely owns a plot of land in Wizania itself, the capital. So now he has a plot of land and an NFT character to use when he's going around Universe Wizania.
okay.
And then you can also stake your NFT. We just haven't figured out the APY yet because it has to match our supply, you know, so we don't want to fuck nothing up. So we do want to make the NFT staking. We're just still in the process of figuring out what is going to be the APY for it, especially since it's going to be on Binance blockchain.
Definitely. So with that, before we get to the staking, let's talk about the cost per NFT. What's the cost per wizard, and then what's the cost per planet? Because they'll obviously have different values because they're different.
That's something that we're still working on too, the cost, but it's not going to be expensive. We're going to put it at reasonable prices so people can actually get it to mint, and then from there it can start building up the floor price.
Okay, and then with the planets, do you guys have pre-designated items you can put on them, buildings, or is it kind of like a Lego system where you just keep on building?
That's what I'll be working on next week. I have a guy from Vietnam. He's really good at making the 3D assets. He's actually working on a couple assets right now for other metaverses. So he's gonna make the 3D assets, and then once we get the assets going, we're gonna post them on the Telegram and the website so people can already see the idea that I have in my head of what we're putting out there on Wizania. So first he's gonna work on the 3D assets, and then once we get all the assets and stuff going and how we want the plots on the map to look, then that's when we're gonna go to Vietnam because he has a creative game studio there. In the creative game studio, they're the ones who can make the blockchain metaverse and stuff as well. So that's when we're going to put the 3D assets connected to that. So now we can integrate it to how the metaverse is going to be when people get on their computers and stuff.
All right. Yeah, no, that definitely changes it up, makes it a little more interesting. Like you said, adds value and things like that. So will people have to pay in the native token to get those extra assets added to their ecosystem?
100%. Same way they do with Matic and Mana, you have to pay with the native tokens.
Okay, so with that, when the person does a native token purchase, how much of that supply gets burned, or does it just get recycled back into the program?
No, the supply gets burned.
Okay, so it creates scarcity then, so it makes everybody's token value even more. So that's great.
Yes, exactly. On top of the 2% reflection that they get for just holding as well.
Okay, I like that. So with staking, now that we've kind of talked about the cost and the use, are you guys going to be doing a fixed pool where everybody gets 10%, or are you going to do a variable where it could
No,
be, let's say,
it's gonna be
400?
fixed because it's gonna be fixed because we don't want to we just want to make it simple. So it's just gonna be fixed to match up the supply. We don't want to do the extra numbers where this gets this or this gets that because it eventually will create problems down the road. So we're just gonna keep it fixed.
Okay. So do you think your assets will basically be what's funding a lot of the liquidity pool for that, or what are your revenue incomes to fund the staking pool?
Yeah, we have some percentage of tokens unlocked that's gonna go for the staking here.
Okay. So I did see that, but what happens if you guys burn through the liquidity that you have initially built? What is your external
That's
resources
what
coming in to fund that?
that's where the vesting tokens come in from that.
Okay. And
And
then
then we
you
have
guys have a
hello? Yeah.
you go.
Yeah, and then we have some tokens locked, right? That we're gonna unlock on the time period, and then that's gonna go into the APY for the staking as well.
Okay, gotcha. And then with the team token, since you do have 10% of the supply, it does say team vesting. So what does the vesting schedule look like, and what can people expect?
The vesting spread is 3% every 6 months, and that's just to pay off the mods because we do have a full team. We have a graphic designer, an assistant, we have moderators, social media handlers, we have people doing real life marketing. So that's just to pay off everybody that works for Wizards.
Okay, yeah, no, I did see on the website that you have 15 experts in marketing and other various specialties, kind of like what you were just saying. So, with those people, how long have you known them, and then how have you vetted these members within the community? Have you been
Okay.
working with them on other projects, or are these just trusted developers you've met throughout your time in crypto?
6 of them I know in real life. Only one of them is a coder developer. That's like my close friend, which is Cam. He's the guy that he does coding for Panasonic. So he's really good at this. He has a passion for this. Is what he do, and I know him personally. And he would never do nobody wrong. He wouldn't even hurt a fly. He's like a pussy. But yeah, he's a cool guy. And then the other people I know, the graphic designer Noelle, she never worked on a crypto project designing stuff, but she always did like 3D arts and 3D graphic designer for like music artists and album covers and stuff. So I brought her on a team for crypto and told her that you should start, like doing like graphic designing for like crypto projects and stuff. It worked really well in her favor. So it was her and Ashley. And then Shoaib. Shoaib is from, I believe, the European side. I met Shoaib last year during a couple of crypto projects that he was marketing for. He was doing like Telegram, social media marketing stuff. And then ever since, I just been seeing him grow and seeing him what he's been doing. And I see that that he does the community well. All the devs he worked with in the past never complained. He never scammed nobody. He actually did the job. So I brought Shoaib on the team to help Wizards with that as well. And then a lot of the other people were just people that I hired from Telegram that I made them get on video call with me to make sure that they are who they say they are as well. Conversated, had a regular conversation just to get to know them and then see what they do as well. And then a couple people sent resumes as well. So I looked at a couple resumes, and then that's how I based my decision on the people that I haven't met in person.
Okay, yeah, it's always good to know just kind of who's on the team, how you met them, and then what your interactions and timeline have been. So I really appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Another interesting portion of your project is the Social Wizardz app. So it talks about social interactions and payments on the go. So I just wasn't sure what payments on the go means. Could you explain that a little bit?
Okay, so yeah, basically like payments on the go. You know how there's already some platforms where you could convert your crypto to fiat and just pay on the spot?
Yeah.
That's exactly what we're doing, but just on a mobile where you can just download the app from your store, from the app store, and then whatever coins is regulated in your country that you're able to use, you could just convert it to fiat, and then boom, make a payment there where it could go straight into your Apple Wallet or your Google Pay wallet, and you could just tap with your phone and pay. Because I know you guys are from America, so you know about Apple Pay and stuff, so that's what it's kind of relating to.
I love the concept because we see a lot of these crypto projects. And they want you to carry around credit cards and things like that, but I think that's going the way of the buffalo. It's going to disappear.
Yeah,
So
everything is global, man.
I think it's very important, like you said, to kind of have something on your phone where you could just scan it, do the credits or whatever, and it's there and gone. It's also less things that you have to have for overhead costs. So I think that's pretty smart.
Thanks, my brother.
So with it, I guess we talked about your tokenomics. So it says 3% to marketing, 3% to ecosystem, 3% to the developers, 2% to reflections to the holders for all transactions, and then the 1% charity, which I thought was something that's different. You don't see that on a lot of projects. So I want you to talk about the Make-A-Wish foundations of Wizardz, and then we'll go through the rest of the tokenomics.
All right, so cool. So that's charity. What we do with the charity, we have the community vote. Well, we'll get like a list of like local places that like struggling or need help with something or something that can help improve their way of life. So we'll put it in the Telegram and our website. We give it like 48, 72 hours of community vote on which one they want the 1% to go to. We let the 1% build up for like 6 months to a year. So, you know, we could give them a good amount and then we donate it and then we do it again, repeat, let it build up and then donate it, repeat, build up and then donate it. And then the Make-A-Wish, that's where we pick one, you know, maybe like the Make-A-Wish Foundation where they go see somebody, you know, that's, you know, dying or struggling or something and they help them out in a way that nobody else is able to help them out. We'll have a few selected individuals that the Wizards vote for, and this will all be done by the Wizards for helping out the people that needs it, and that's what the Make-A-Wish is for. We try to make one wish come true for them, whether it's they need like a vehicle to go to work to support the family, or this kid is struggling with cancer, or this person needs this for his type of surgery. The Wizards will take the votes for it, and whichever get the highest votes is what will get donated to that organization or individual.
I think it's a really good concept, and it's also a really great way to bring people in the DeFi space to say, hey, these guys are doing something different. It's not all like black market deals and, you know, cutthroat. So that's a pretty cool idea.
Crypto makes a lot of money, and it's enough room for everybody to eat. And if everybody's eating, then more people will eat, and more people become happier like that. More people become satisfied. People will be less stress-free. So it's good to share what another person is gaining off of a community. So basically, when one person holds Wizard, 1% of whatever they put in is going to a charity that's going to help somebody who's struggling. And that's basically every individual who put into Wizards. They're all helping out into helping the world become a better place little by little. You get what I'm saying?
Definitely. No, I think it's a great way to branch out and, like I said, get your name out there. So some very interesting concepts. So let's go back to the rest of the tokenomics, though, and let's go through the marketing, the ecosystem, fees, the reflections, and the dev. Is that going to be the same for buys, sells, and transfers? Can you explain that?
Yeah, so yeah, the auto reflections is going to be for buys and sells. The marketing and the ecosystem wallet, all this is going to be for buys and sells. So whenever there's buys and sells, it's going to go 2%, 3%. The marketing is going to go so we can always pay for marketing. So like just in case if we want to get like a partnership or sponsorship or get into an exchange or get listed, fast tracked it, or pay an influencer to do this or pay some more chillers to do this, that's going to go for the marketing. The ecosystem wallet is to fund the utilities so we can make our utilities happen. And the developer wallet is to pay the staff that are currently on payroll now.
Gotcha. That makes sense. But with your transfers, though, so are you saying that transfers are free between users in the community, or if you have to switch wallets, it's a free transfer?
Yeah, no, if you transfer, it's free. But when you go and buy and sell, that's the tax.
Okay. And then you guys are on Bookman right now, or have you launched yet? I know you guys are kind of close because you just closed out. So when is the actual launch time?
We're launching April 16th. We're on schedule for launch, which is tomorrow at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I believe that's 20 UTC, if I'm not mistaken. And we're gonna launch on PancakeSwap, and you can also buy the tokens on KuCoin. We're in talks with CoinTiger to trying to get ourselves listed there by May 24th. So hopefully that'll be our first home exchange. It's an international Chinese exchange that's used in other countries as well. So we're getting that deal locked in, and then from there We're just gonna keep going. Well, I've been talking to people from Bitmark. We're trying to score a deal with Bitmark around August, September. So just little by little making stuff happen.
Okay, very reasonable. I like that you guys are already branching out, trying to get your name out there. So with that, what was your guys' starting market cap? It was probably around like 100, 120K, or what was the number?
No, our market cap is actually at 521K.
521. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, 521K. That's our starting market cap.
Perfect. And then for that, how many dev wallets do you guys have in your project?
Dev wallets is just me and for the tokenomics, the dev wallet, yeah, it's just one, and me and him shares it.
Okay, awesome. So you guys will basically go through. So the rest of the people on your team, are they paid through the marketing wallet, or how are you guys working?
No, the rest of the people on the team, we cut them whenever the dev wallet gets filled up. We pay them out. Cause right now we just been paying them on payroll off of our own pockets, and we're gonna still do that for like another 3-4 months because I make good money where I live. So then from there, once our own funds work out, that's when we kick into developer wallet and we start paying them weekly. Some of them gets paid bi-weekly and some of them gets paid monthly. And the people will be able to see all of that through BSC scan. They'll be able to track that and see where everything is going through.
Perfect. Are you guys going to have that on your site, kind of like a DApp, just so it's open source, so everybody's on the same page, where they say, man, these guys have their crap together. They got the payments here. They got the funds here. Here's our charity of money that's being raised. Because
Yeah, man,
I've noticed that a lot of the projects that are the most successful are the ones that have all the information readily accessible for people. That way there's no question. And if anybody comes in chat and says, these guys aren't doing this, you're like, dude, look, it's on the site. You can see the BSC scans. Everything's on the up and up. That way you can squash anything right up front.
Yeah, exactly, 100%. Because like people are not stupid. There's people that knows how to look at follow addresses, follow wallets, look at the contracts to it. Like people are not dumb. So it's good just to have everything transparent. So this creates flood in the community as well. So that's one less problem we have to deal with. So we can focus on the most important things.
Perfect. Well, that's it for the initial questions that I have. But I'd like to open it up to the community and see what they have to say. And then if we don't have any questions on VC, I'm going to go through the announcement channel, and then we're going to try and break it down from there. And I'll read some of the questions to you.
All right, cool, man. No problem.
All right, I got a question regarding your 521,000 starting market cap. I see that your pre-sale just passed the soft cap at about 76.34 BNB, and you have 80% being contributed, which in my math is about 61 BNB going towards liquidity. Do you have any private sales or other contributions to liquidity that justifies such a high market cap for such a low liquidity?
Yeah, we had a private sale, and there was only one guy. He's the guy that funded our marketing. He donated $8,000, and we airdropping his tokens. He's getting back 8,500, but his wallets are vested. They're split into 5 wallets, and they're all vested for 6 months.
So that's roughly, depending on what day that he made the purchase, 20 BNB, if I'm correct. So is any of that going to liquidity, or did you use that for other parts of the project?
No, what we used for the 8,000, that was to fund the marketing to get this project going.
Gotcha. So the initial BNB, if peak sales correct, is just going to be the 80% of the 76.34.
Yeah, that's going into liquidity.
Okay. And the other question I had, and I'm not sure if peak sales off or maybe you missed it, but it says that you have 50% team tokens released immediately, and then you have 20% release on like 182 day or something cycle. I thought you said earlier that team tokens are going to be released 3% at a time every 25 days or something. So can we get some clarity on what exactly the deal is with that?
Okay. I see where he changed that at 25% each, 182 days. Okay, so it says 25% each, 182 days. So that's exactly what's going to happen then. 25% each, 182 days.
Okay, and you were saying that the team tokens aren't actually team tokens. Part of it is to fund additional unlocked tokens to support the staking that you have set up?
Yeah, well, we don't have it set up yet, but we're working on all of that to get that going. That's what it's going to go to, yes.
Okay, and then my final question is, with the staking, do you have a rough estimate on the APR that you're going to offer?
No, we don't.
Like
That's
how many
something
different-
we do not have a number for that yet. We're gonna figure that out after we get the chart looking how we want it to do. We're focusing on one thing at a time. First, we're focusing on the coin and getting the chart going, and then once we get that going, we want to focus on the NFTs and what the APY and stuff is gonna be. And based on the supply, we'll have a certain amount of numbers, and then we'll throw it into the community, and the community can pick what number of APY that they want. That's best. That's best for the project's future. You know.
Gotcha. Okay. It sounds fair. I mean, everybody has their own personal preference. My personal preference isn't always to let the loudest voices make the decisions. It's to make the most competent ones for the longevity of the project. And so the reason I asked about how much APR you're allowing is because that amount of unlocked tokens going into rewards is a very huge negative impact threat on a project if people decide they want to pull profits by selling their rewards. So I was curious if you have any plan to scale the amount of tokens awarded in rewards proportionate to the amount of tax revenue that you take in to make sure that there's a minimal risk of the project going negative whenever people start getting rewarded more tokens than the amount of BNB that's contributed to the project.
Right. That's why we haven't figured out the number yet, because we want to make sure everything is right when we do figure out the numbers. That's why I can't give you a number now, because it's not, I'm not just going to lie to you and say, yeah, we're going to do 10% or 15%, or like where all these other people be talking about 1,000%. Like, no, once we get the number, then I give you the real numbers, and then everybody agrees or disagree on to what numbers that they want it to be. And then from there, we figure out a safer way and see if there's a vesting period for the staking to prevent people from, dumping. From there, we just work our way up into voting into how we want to do it.
Got it. All right. Well, thanks for clarifying those. And yeah, the best way to prevent people from dumping isn't to force them. It's to offer them the initiative to want to stay. So I'll definitely be looking at your project. I'm interested. I like how you presented yourself. I just had some concept-based concerns. So I'll be looking.
Man. I thank you for asking me those, because that helps me grow too when you ask me those questions. So I appreciate that.
There's one question I didn't ask you as well. Are you just going to be doing straight native tokens, or is there a plan for a BUSD or a BNB rewards when you're doing the staking platform to prevent kind of like we're talking about?
Yeah, that's what we were definitely going to use BNB. We're going to start off with Wizards, but 100% we wanted to use BNB as well. We just have to figure out the numbers on how we're going to get the BNB and the Wizards to go for the staking.
Perfect. Does anybody else have any questions in VC? So we did have a question in the announcement channel, and Jellybean asked, will there be scholarships in this game?
I couldn't hear you say scholarships?
Yes.
What do you mean by scholarships?
I think he's kind of going the charity route, or maybe they're thinking, hey, if you're doing donations, do you plan on using the BSC space to potentially crowdfund at least one person somewhere in the world a scholarship to college or education?
To college. That's yes. If the community votes for it, then yes. But that person really has to dedicate their time to college and not, drop out. Like, they really have to dedicate their time and really be about it, because college is very pricey.
Definitely agree with that. Be someone with potential. So I'm assuming if that was the case, you guys would go through and scout different packages that are submitted to you to make sure that they're legitimate.
Yeah, and if it was the college, we would pay the college directly and not the person, because somebody could get the funds, go to 1 month of college, and then drop out, and now they're with a whole bunch of money. And then, no, if we're going to pay the college headmaster directly, get the person initiated there, make sure they're settled in their dorm, and, making sure that they're really dedicated to going to college for the rest of their life, that they're actually going to go for and get that scholarship that they want to get, and graduate with the degree that they want to graduate with.
Yeah, I really like that concept. I know we got some more questions out there, guys. What do you got?
Hey, Wizard, just a quick question, really quick. On your quarter three, so right now, we are at quarter three right now. How much is that on the list that's being worked on, and how far are you guys away from the metaverse?
Oh, I couldn't hear you. You said on roadmap 3?
Yeah, so quarter three, 2022.
Okay, yeah, 2022.
Yeah, what's the progress on that? Because right now we are in quarter two right now. I'm just wondering what the progress on that is, where things are at. Specifically
Yeah,
the
so
metaverse.
starting next week, that's when I start working on with the guys, so he can start creating the assets and how we want each of the assets to come out, the 3D models. And then from there, like I said, around July, August, we're planning a flight to Vietnam to go check out the studio to get everything plugged in with the 3D assets. Before you even create a metaverse, I thought the same thing. The guy's the one who taught me. He said you have to create the 3D assets first, because you're not just going to go in there and tell them a bunch of things and then they can't create it right. You have to have something for them to plug into so they can create around it. So we're working on the 3D assets starting next week, and hopefully we get some mock-ups going within 2 weeks so people can see what we're creating. And then we're also already have somebody working on the mock-ups for our decks, and we're going to have some stuff posted about that in a couple weeks as well.
So I guess to kind of get a little bit more into your developer in Vietnam, do you have a name or or certain projects that he's done before so we can see the work? Because I think that'll really help bring new investors in if they see that it's someone who's very vetted in this atmosphere of doing the metaverses.
VRtown.io, that's one that he's currently working on right now. That's what he was telling me. Okay, let me see. I'm going to show you some of the stuff that he did. I'm going to bring it out on the screen over here. Hold on. Let me switch screens. All right, check this out, guys. This is some of the stuff that he did. I don't know if you guys heard about Bitcoin City. He's working on their stuff as well. He's based out of New York. He actually lives here in America. He's Vietnamese, and he's connected with the Vietnamese studio over there in Vietnam. Is why he's going with me, because he's also going to be the translator.
And how did you guys?
You can see us talking about this. We met because somebody else referred me to him. Hello?
Yeah, sounds great. I noticed. I've invested in a few Vietnamese projects, and they do a very good job at developing.
Oh yeah, bro! Fuck yes, to me they're the goats.
They're actually very detail oriented, almost everything that they do over there. So they're actually very impressive, especially when it comes to gaming and NFTs and things like that.
Yeah, they're the ones who help. I don't know if you know about Grand Theft Auto and stuff, but Rockstar Games. There's a Vietnamese group that helped make some of the designs for Rockstar Games.
Yeah, that's promising for sure. What you got, Seattle?
Yeah, earlier, Wizard, you said that you guys plan to build a DEX. Is that correct? Did I hear that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, now when is that now? And because I don't see that on your roadmap, so I was just wondering. And what's going to differentiate your DEX between other DEXs out there? Because there's so many.
Well, there's a shit ton of decks. You're not lying about that. The reason our decks is going to be different because it's going to always be updated to what's going on right now, and it's going to be connected to multiple blockchains, so you can just see what's going on in each of the layer 2s or the side chains as well. And then our decks is going to have a feature that's going to expose the malicious contracts right away when somebody launches one or something, or if it suspects some malicious contracts as well. That's just going to be the things of our decks. It's just basically trying to keep people safer whenever they invest in other tokens.
Of course, you guys trying to monetize that, trying to make money off that, or just like something that for the community
No,
to use?
that's gonna be free. All you have to do to use the decks where it exposes the malicious contracts and stuff, you just have to hold $1 Wizards. Other than that, that's completely free to the public.
Okay, now what?
And our decks is right here, and this is our decks right here, Q3 of the roadmap. Wizard of Wand, wow, our decks.
Yeah, so with your decks, it did talk about the fraud developers. So basically, are you planning on having a listing of all known people that have done rugs and honeypots? How are you going to do that? And then how do you plan on tracking those people once they change their user handles?
A lot of people that do rugs and honeypots and stuff, they usually have like what we call a ghost wallet and a regular wallet. The regular wallet is what they use to pull the liquidity and transfer the funds. And the ghost wallet is like, say they have a wallet in the background that they slipped in right at the beginning of launch with funds just to go up. And then they keep everybody's wallet locked and they unlock their wallets. You can track those transactions and where those wallets and stuff going. And then some of these developers, they're dumb that they use some of the same wallets that they did multiple rugs with. And you can easily track those rug tokens inside the wallet that was transferred out to BNB. And you can see how it's all connected. And then from there, it's just a matter of, exposing this wallet address to see where this go. And then from there, it's just a matter of figuring out what's their Telegram and stuff like that as well. Because it's easy for somebody to make another Telegram with another number and stuff. So the main part is just exposing the contracts and the wallets that's connected to those contracts.
Yeah, definitely think that's one of the highlights of your group. Just kind of like what Seattle was saying. The fact that you're pretty much offering that for free is actually a very, very nice concept, and I think that'll bring people to you for sure.
Yeah, because we really want to clean up BSC. Like, I love BSC, and something that pissed me off lately is how everybody's been talking so much shit about BSC, talking about, oh, lately I've been on AVAX, or lately I've been trading on Sol, this and that, and it's just like BSC's ass and full of scammers. I mean, yeah, it's just full of scammers and G's because it's easy to deploy contracts. It's just there's nobody there that's willing to, like, try to clean that shit up. People just want to join BSC to make a quick profit, but little do they know, if somebody is willing to clean up BSC, and more people want to come in and bring in legit projects to this, it's more of a profit for everybody. And it's more of a safer way for people to have fun and more communicate. Because a lot of people I met with through BSC space as well. And I think BSC, to me, I have BSC tatted on me, bro. It's tatted on the back of my neck.
That's awesome. That's amazing, man. You are very devoted.
Yeah, bro. I love this, bro. I love BSC. I haven't worked a 9-to-5 job because of BSC.
I just want to give a feedback really quick regarding what you just said, BSC and the dirty space that it's in. It's the reason why, as you can see right now, we're sitting at 77 people on Voice. You will never see another group like that with 668 members with this ratio of Voice. Yeah, so we're with you, man. That's what we're trying to do is clean up the space. We can easily, buy a room and charge people a lot more. But it doesn't help with the BSC space. So yeah, congrats on that. Appreciate that's your mission, clean up the space. That's the same mission that we're doing here.
Yeah, and that's why I wanted to do an AMA with you guys, because I see how organic you guys were and how honest you guys. I see what you guys talk about in the group and stuff. And I'm just like, I would like to do an AMA with this group because these guys are definitely about crypto and they know what the fuck they're talking about.
Sure, man. That's why I like seeing your group too, bro, because it was completely organic looking and fuck that bot.
Yeah, man. So like, we just want to clean this shit up, man, and make this shit safe for everybody. Because I lost a lot of money in BSC space. I know there's people around the world who probably put their rent, their fucking life savings just to make a flip because somebody told them this shit is gonna change your life, and then they took all their fucking money. Like, bro, that sucks. I've been through stuff like that, and like, there just has to be a group that's willing to like go in there and clean it up little by little. Because over the years, it won't be cleaned right away, but it's something that takes over time over years. The same way about cleaning the ocean, or the same way people about not littering and stuff like that. It's just all this stuff takes time, but somebody has to be dedicated to do it, And I'm dedicated to this. Like, I love this. Like, this is what I love doing. This, I teach people for free where I'm from about this. Like, before I was on the AMA with you guys, I was on a phone call teaching people about how to buy the launch and how to buy the tokens and what to watch out for and not what to do. Like, it's fun to me when I speak about this stuff.
Man, I appreciate it, dude. I really do.
Thanks, man.
Do we have any other questions from the community?
I had a question about your way of tracking scam wallets. Do you have like an automated software program that maybe has like a database of identified bad wallets? Are you guys manually doing this?
No, yeah, we're right now we don't have nothing automated. This is just manually stuff that we do off a BSC scan and then seeing the other transactions. And sometimes you could also see if they did something through Tornado Cash as well, where they try to clean the money and then ghost it out through another wallet. Like this is just all manual stuff until we come up with a way to automatically make it automate. Right now, this is just manual stuff.
So essentially what you're saying is you're going through different sites like DXL, PinkCell, other sites that have launch pads, and you're going through and putting those contracts in there and verifying and tracking them.
Yep. Yeah, that's another way that we're doing it as well.
Fair enough. So the hard ones would be the ghost and the stealth launches where people are doing backdoor deals and trying to, I guess, launch without the launch pad.
Those are the ones that slip past a lot of people, like the stealth launches and stuff. Those are the ones that definitely slip past a lot of people. Because sometimes they just pop up anonymous. Like they just pop up randomly, boom, right on PooCoins, boom, launch, boom, and then rug, boom. They just do this so quick.
The other question I had, I forgot to ask earlier, was I see that the pre-sale rate is 100 million per BNB, and then the launch rate is 80 million per BNB. So you got a 20% discount there. What was the rate that your pre-sale contributor got?
The pre-sale contributor, PinkCell gave away 20%.
Oh, I think you meant
your private sale contributor. My bad.
Oh, the private contributor. Well, I believe it was like less than 1%. It was like 0.7, 0.8. But his wallets are all vested. Like he's not going to be able to sell off nothing right away because we don't want him to fuck up the charts. And he's cool with that because he's in this for long term anyway.
Got it. Okay, that was my next question. Is that wallet vested? Because, like, for example, if a wallet had a 20 BNB contribution, that's roughly 1/3 of the entire pre-sale.
Exactly.
So even if you got exactly the pre-sale rate, that would be potentially a 25% market impact if he was to jump right out the gate.
And it'll cause a big red candle, and it'll fuck a lot of people over. And that's exactly why we want him to vest his stuff, and that's exactly why he's not allowed to sell right away. Exactly because of that. And he's cool with it. He's a rich Russian guy. He believes in the project. That's why he believed in me for the marketing funds. And another thing, bro, he doesn't even know how to sell as well. He's like old school. He doesn't even want to know how to sell anyway right now. He wants to hold and see where this goes.
Got it. So it's just a person who has a personal trust that his.
Yeah, I met him in real life. He lives out here in Miami as well. Yes. This is somebody that I pitched to in person. I showed him my white papers and all. We did it over dinner, and from there, we talked here and there, and then we closed the deal, and then boom, got paperwork signed, and then boom, made it happen.
And do you have any vesting defined that you could share with how long the vesting will be, and if it's going to come out in parts or all at once?
No, it's not coming out all at once. He has 5 wallets. The wallets have 4K, and he's only able to sell one. We have 4 of his wallets vested, and he's only allowed to have 1 wallet. And then from that wallet, he's able to sell 40%. And then from there, it's locked, and he's not allowed to sell until the vesting period. But like I said, he doesn't want to sell, and he doesn't even know how to sell. And it's vested as well as locked. And I know my coder, my developer, he has actually the paperwork where it shows the vesting stuff. When I get off the AMA and all that stuff, and I'll get him online, I'll have him send you guys that if you want to see it, or I just post it in the group publicly so people can see it as well.
Sure, yeah, and I'm just asking here for everybody to know. So you said he has 1 wallet where he's allowed to sell 40%. So he's allowed to sell 40% the contents of that 1 wallet, or that 1 wallet contains
that wallet is
40% of the pre-sale.
Yeah, that wallet is 4K. He's only allowed to sell 40% of what's in that wallet. If he wanted to.
So you said he had a You said he had an 8K total contribution. So with the 4K wallet, 40% of that is just under 2,000. So yeah, okay, not bad.
Yeah, it's chilling, man. But like I said, he's old school, bro. He doesn't know how to sell. He doesn't want to sell, and he won't be able to sell it anytime.
Sounds good. Thank you.
He'll tomorrow when launch, he's gonna be in a voice chat. You if all you guys want, you can meet him. He speaks Russian. If any of you guys know how to speak Russian or American, he will speak to you. He's pretty cool. You just know you got to talk to him slow because he's old school.
Yeah, for sure. Make sure goes in the system.
I couldn't hear you. Both of you guys were speaking.
Oh, yeah, I'm just saying, make sure to let us know, shoot a message in our Telegram for your launch. That way people can hop over and talk. And then we'd also like to encourage everybody in the group to pop over to the Wizardz Telegram, say USA Crypto sent you. But right now, I think we're about done with the questions unless we have anybody else. If there are no questions, I want you to give us... You said you got one, Mike?
I do. Yeah. I'm sorry. Sorry, Josh. Yeah, I'm on vacation right now. I typically have time to go through the contract. Yeah, I typically have time to go through the contract to check it all out. I didn't this time. I'm sorry. But is there any sort of functions in there we should worry about, or maybe you should address on like a blacklist?
All right, yeah. So look, in the contract, it would say that we're allowed to change the tax, and I'm gonna show you the only reason we have a feature in the contract that's called sorcery hours, where the community votes when to lower the tax to 3%. Here, let me see. I have it over here. So what it is, the tax will be lowered to 3% for 1 hour, and that's called sorcery hour.
Sorcery hour. I like the name of that.
Yeah, I love that name. I came up with it myself. Right here, sorcery hours, 2% buy sell tax.
Okay. Yeah, I got it. And any other functions we should know?
That's actually it, other than the 2% reflections.
My man, that's it from me, brother.
Awesome, man. Hey, where are you vacationing at, man?
Down in the Cape Cod right now, right on the beach.
Oh man, enjoy it.
Thanks, brother. Yeah, I'm down with the family. We sure are.
Have a drink for me, man.
And Coke right here, brother. All for you, bro.
Nice.
Josh, that's it from me. Anonymous, that's it from me. Whatever else anyone got.
All right. So at this time, we'd like to give you a chance to give us a 2 to 3 minute pitch saying why we should buy into your project and what makes you special in the BSC space.
All right, cool. So as you guys know, my project is very special to me because it's 100% legit, and we're here for growth and building. We have come up with a solution to help clean BSC from labor scammers. Basically, when someone comes to you on Telegram and offer you a proposal or marketing, it always involves one side paying the other while the other side promises to make it happen. Then it usually ends up with you getting scammed by the labor after sending out your Binance, which you can never recover, right? So I came up with a blockchain solution to protect funds from scammers. If they decide not to do the work, you're able to get your funds back. It's all based on time and transaction. I won't get into too much details about this because I'm the first to come up with this. And I know if I get it down right and my coders are able to develop it, then it will help many humans that trades on layer 2 sidechains. And to use this feature, you must hold Wizardz BSC token. You must also hold Wizardz BSC token to use our metaverse and to socialize and explore as well. If you want to use our DEX tools, which will be faster and more advanced than DEX tools, you must hold Wizardz as well. We're also implementing a source room where you can find projects on BSC that won't scam and are legit devs looking to create growth in this space. We even have a section where people can make contracts and deploy it in the BSC space, but if they decide to scam, they will get doxxed and contract will get locked and users' funds will be refunded back to the ones who bought the scam token from our contract deployment section, like I told you guys earlier. Our NFTs we're planning will be able to stake and also use in the metaverse. Our metaverse will be 3D. I showed you some of the, those weren't what our metaverse is going to look like, but that's like the 3D sample of what they're going to come out for. I have a guy that's going to work on the 3D assets, and then we have a creator group studio to visit in Vietnam around July and August to get the production of the metaverse going. We plan to be one of the first successful BSC tokens to be listed on most and major exchanges as well. We'll be sponsoring real life events and teams and marketing ambassadors. We plan to have our own BattleBots team as well. I don't know if you guys know about BattleBots, but we want to have a Wizardz BattleBots team as well and do charity donations based on the community votes. We have our liquidity locks for 3 years with a auto time extender, which means when the liquidity unlocked, it'll lock again for another 3 years. We're docs, KYC, we're audited. We're here for much, much more growth to come with being in Wizards. But all I'm saying, if anybody ever asks you to do what they do, call people to knowledge of crypto, just tell them they're called Wizards. So like if anybody ever asks you like, oh, you know a lot of things about crypto, what do they call you? Oh, I'm a wizard. They call us Wizards. That's what you guys all are, Wizards. And then we're going to release a merch store also where Wizard holders can get 40% off in the merch store. And there's going to be a merch store that sells like everything crypto, like Bitcoin shirts, Binance hats, like just all type of crypto related stuff.
Bro, I need to be on that team.
And we're not selling rug pull clothing. So if you have a rug pull token, we're not selling your clothing.
Hello.
I think Zoo has a question there. Zoo, go ahead, Zoo.
Yo. Can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Zoo?
Yo, I'm audible. Hey guys, I'm audible.
Yes,
Okay.
we can hear you.
Okay. First of all, thanks for the great opportunity. I do commend you guys for the great presentation. So, my question is just about basically about in terms of Bitcoin. Yeah. So, you guys haven't discussed about the maintenance of the token. You guys know that the value of the token, is more important to the investors.
Hey,
Yeah.
I'm
So
sorry
I would like to
I'm sorry
how
to
do
cut
you
you off.
plan to
Could
maintain
you
the
speak a
value
little
of the
more
token
clear?
when it comes to day-to-day changes of market? Hope you get the question.
No, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. Could you speak a little bit more clear? I wasn't able to understand what you were saying.
Yeah, hey, Zoo, looks like
Uh,
your microphone is
I
not very
said,
clear.
how do you plan to
Zoo?
maintain the value of your token when it comes to day-to-day changes of market? You get the question?
Oh, you're asking about marketing?
How do you plan to maintain the value of your token with the changing market conditions?
Oh, well, we're not really worried about the changing market
No,
conditions because
I mean, how do you plan? Because you all know that the value of the token is not important to the investors. So I just want to know, how do you plan to maintain the value of your token when it comes to day-to-day changes of market? You got the
oh,
question now?
we're gonna do marketing. We're gonna do real life partnerships the same way that Crypto.com and Saitama are doing. And we're also gonna look for ambassadors to represent Wizards in different parts of like United States and stuff as well. We're gonna go to a lot of crypto events and just spread the word, put the word out there about Wizards as well. We're gonna be sponsoring the F1 Formula Racing. Like we're gonna have a plane fly over the F1 Formula Racing here in Miami, and it's gonna say Wizards BSC. It's gonna have our website. We recently had a plane fly over the International Bitcoin Conference, and it flew over Miami Beach as well. We have the video posted in our Telegram. You'll see the plane says Wizards BSC, token launch, the website, the token date, and all the information. It flew over Miami Beach and the International Bitcoin Conference as well. We're gonna do real life marketing, man. We're gonna have billboards up. We're gonna have ads running through major crypto platforms. Like we want to hit them hard. We want to hit them where they can hear us.
Okay, great answer, great answer. And I also want to ask a question. Yeah, also about the funding aspect of your project. Yeah, so because I've been listening to your presentation for quite a long time now, and you guys haven't discussed about the funding aspect of your project. So I just want to know, how do you plan to create a balance between you and the investors? Yeah, in order for you to benefit from your project and also the investors benefit from the project when it comes to the funding of the project. How do you plan to create a balance between you and the investors to make yourselves benefit from your project and also not only you, the investors also to benefit from the project when it comes to the fundings of the project? Hope you get the question.
Oh, the way the investors benefit from the project is the 2% reflections. You get 2% reflections for holding the tokens.
Yeah, I mean, how do you plan to create a balance between you and the investors to make yourselves benefit from your project and also make the investors too benefit from the project when it comes to the fundings of the project, the fundings aspect of the project? How do you plan to create a balance between you and the investors? to benefit from your project, and also the
Well,
investors
our
benefit
main
also from the
our
project.
main
You
focus
get the
is
question?
the investors and making sure the chart stays green and making sure the chart has an upward trend. That's our main focus.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask one more question?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
Okay. Discussing about the security of the project. Security also is important aspect of all projects. I mean, all projects deserve a very good security. Yeah, to encourage investors to participate in your project. Because when a project don't have a good security, investors will tend to lose interest in that project. So I just want to know what makes how do you intend to keep your project safe, and how safe is it? Like, I mean,
Okay, yeah, we
what
have
makes
our liquidity.
investors and also members of the community feel safe when working with your project? You get the
We
question?
have our liquidity. We have our liquidity locked for 3 years with an auto extender. So when the liquidity unlocks, it will lock again. And then we're also KYC. So if we were to scam you guys, you know, prison in America is the worst prison to ever be to. You never want to go to prison here in America. It's horrible. And obviously, if we were to scam you guys, the KYC releases, and Uncle Sam will be at my door super quick, and I'll be in bars behind jail, and you guys will get refunded and stuff. We're not here for any of that bullshit. The liquidity's locked. We have a KYC. We have an audit. We're 100% docs. You can follow us on social media. If you're ever in Miami, we can meet up, ride jet skis, have lunch, like whatever. We provide full security into this project. We're not here to deceive anyone. We're here to keep this transparent and to go upward.
Okay, great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Yeah, I don't love the answer because it really links to my question. So,
Thanks, my
thanks
brother.
for the great answer. And also, this is a very nice project. I've been listening to it. It's a very nice. So, I would love to participate in more of your projects. Yeah, because it's a very great one. So, also, I'm going to commend you guys for the great presentation, and I will say, thanks for the great opportunity for letting me ask my question. So, great stuff, guys. Great stuff. Nice project, and also, to the moon. Great stuff.
Thank you, Zoe. You have a good night, man. Take care.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right. Do we have
Okay.
anybody else?
I just want to say appreciate that, Zoo. We see you here in almost every single AMA we have, so I appreciate
Hey,
it.
talk about loyalty. That's awesome to hear.
Absolutely.
Nice.
Right on. Well, at this time, I think we're going to conclude the AMA. This has been an AMA between the Project Wizardz and USA Crypto Group. We want to remind everybody it's important to do your own research. So even though we've gone through and given information, we are by no means offering financial advice. Do your own research. It's a great project, a lot of great conversations and questions, so we appreciate everybody's participation. At this time, we're going to get the mic over to Mike so he can do the cash giveaway. Don't forget to check out both our community pool and our announcement channel for all updates within our community. Thank you.
Awesome, guys. Everybody take care. Always do your own research. If you're going to invest in this project, do your own research, because I actually want to research about our project, because then you'll have knowledge about our project. Everybody take care. Peace out. God bless.
Thanks,
God
bud.
bless, brother. Thank you.
Wizards, I just want to say, hey, really appreciate you being here, man. I can sense the passion behind you. Thing is gone. All right, let's do the giveaway.
I
Huh, Mike?
think right away. We're ready to do this. All
He
right.
did say he had somewhere to be, so we were trying to wrap it up within the hour time frame.
One thing I can say, that was an amazing AMA. And let me share my screen here because we hit a new all-time high with Wizardz. We hit 91 participants total, whether they came in a little early or left just a little bit, or vice versa. They came in a little late or left a little early. We had 91 participants. That is amazing.
You hear that, Bobby? No, I'm just
I
kidding.
couldn't agree with you more, Mike. That was really awesome. I came a little bit late, but so far from what I heard, it seems like he was very passionate about his work, and it's really awesome to see everybody here.
Thank you,
Absolutely.
Bill.
So we got $50 to give away tonight. One's going to be on the wheel. What are you guys feeling? Should we give it to the best question? There wasn't too many questions tonight. We should probably go over to the Telegram and give $25 to some special winner that's going to say USA Group sent me. So let's do that. Let's get over to the group and say USA Group sent me. On top of that, I wanted to give a shout out to Endorsey, giving us a great project here, the A Nation, which was a few projects ago. Just wanted to show a little bit of appreciation. Even though he's not here at this moment, he's earned his spot on this wheel tonight because he came with a beautiful proposal, and we actually did an AMA with A Nation. So his name is on the wheel tonight, and this goes for anybody. If you give a good recommendation and we're able to make an AMA with the group, you will show appreciation and get a free ticket into the wheel. On that, let's get this wheel going. I need another drink.
Let's go.
Yeah, do you think it's you tonight? Let me hit shuffle a couple times.
Man, I hope so, Mike. I've been waiting for it feels like a year now.
It does. I'm right there with you, though. Man, 91. That's an amazing wheel. Fail. Congratulations. You won $25, man. I've seen you here almost every single AMA as well. I appreciate your commitment. It's awesome.
Congrats, Will.
All right, for our next contestant, we're going to go pick someone inside the Wizardz group. So make sure you get to their Telegram and say USA group sent me, because I'm going to be right over there in about 5 minutes to pick one of you as a winner. I want to say congratulations to everyone for coming out. Thank you for coming out. And yeah, we'll see you on the next one. Also, that's 91 participants out of 668 members with 0 bots.
What?
That's so awesome. Sophia killed them all, you guys.
Isabel, you're the one that does all the Sophia's images, graphics.
She's so pretty. She just wanted a little bit extra.
No, we need her all next.